Hello everyone, I'm Tuco and welcome back to another episode of the Structure Showcase series. Today, it's raining. But anyway, today we will be taking a look at the Dunlending faction. And with the Dunlending faction, you can find it in the mod close to Rohan and Isengard. Because they are in alliance with the Isengard faction and enemies to the Rohirrim. So the first structure we have here is an incredibly plain structure. This is their house, the Dunlending house. And I must admit, this is a very, very detailless build. I mean, there aren't even windows or like any fences here for the wind. I mean, look at that. That's just wide open. Anyway, so inside here, we have ourselves a cobblestone floor. I forgot I'm in creative. And a nice little fire pit going here with a little tiny itty bitty chimney. And of course, we have their crafting table, which you can craft their armor and I believe they're tridents that they have. I think they have tridents. Yeah, well, actually, no, that's just an iron trident. Yeah, so you can craft their armor using it. I don't think they have it. No, they don't have any special weapons, but they do have a special kind of armor. And also, of course, a straw bed right here. And a chest and a normal furnace, with just some regular old things. The inside isn't too shabby. Honestly, I could definitely see how I could improve this for sure. Definitely make like some form of thing around this fireplace here. Add some more detail to the roof here, and the outside. Yeah, I mean this is just a blank slate, which is great because you can do a lot of different things with it, you know. But it is very plain, and the reason why it's plain is because the Dunlendings, they really don't have much. They're like the hill tribes, I guess you would say. They don't have much, as you can see. They're pretty raggedy looking. Their clothes are just very, very ragged. Anyway, this is the Dunlending Tavern. I don't think it's called the Meat Hall. I don't think it's a meat hall, but it is like their tavern or inn. Well, actually, it's not an inn. There are no beds, but it is a tavern with its custom name, the Weary Horse Lord. And the windows are a little bit better, a little bit more detailed with that. But I mean, again, this is just blank, 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 and no windows out here, which is really kind of odd. But you do get some food from in here. You can obviously meet the townsfolk, and they do have actually a fairly nice chimney here for the tavern. And this is what I'd be thinking of putting in like the house over there, and also the floor. This type of it's clay floor. No other faction has like a clay floor like this, so I do enjoy that. I think this can also be stone. The floor can also be stone, as well as these pillars right here. But these pillars and the floor always match. So anyway, in here you can find yourself the innkeeper or the bartender. You can trade anything you want with them, and of course get some money out of that as well. And there's also drinks that you can find, mead and ale, and you know, the normal things you find in like a nice establishment like this. But yes, it's very plain buildings. But again, there are a lot of ways that you could detail them, like put some stairs on here to make these pillars look more realistic, like it's actually holding up the roof, even though the thatched roof is pretty light. And I do like the thatched roof. I do enjoy that with the mod, because you can do a lot of things with these. You know, make some nice farmhouses and whatnot. But again, this is just very plain a build. I mean, it's just a flat wall. Yeah, it's very. Honestly, I'd say this actually rivals the dwarves in how detailless their builds are. This definitely rivals them. Anyway, the next structure that you can find with the Dunlendings is the campfire, in which you can find some nice logs, sit on, rest, and sit by a nice campfire and talk to your friends about what's going on. Yeah, it's real nice. And of course skulls, because they're evil faction. And a chest filled with pretty much nothing. So it's not the greatest build to find, but you know, it adds detail to the countryside, which is always nice to find. Anyway, the next and the final structure for the Dunlendings is their fort. Their I think it's called Dunlending Hill Fort. And with the Dunlending Hill Fort, it's again very plain. However, this is the only structure that does have the banners for the Dunlendings, which is this awesome looking red-eyed wolf. I mean, that just that looks amazing. I really like the colors that they went in here with the border, and I mean that wolf looks amazing. Anyway, so you'll find a wooden palisade. Come on in here. Again, clay for the floors, which isn't that bad, and of course like a little common area for drilling and whatnot, and like a target practice, and of course their armor. I think that's warg fur, actually. I think that's, yeah, that's warg fur. And in here you'll find some normal items, some food, some crafting items sometimes, and of course their little barracks with the straw beds and a little bit of ale, and of course their armor. Their armored troops in here, and of course, where are you? Looking for their commander. There is a commander in here. If I can find him, where are you? I don't see him. Very hard to find. All right, you're not it. You're not it. You're a bowman. I don't know where he is, but there is a commander for this fort. Actually, I think this is the guy. Yeah, that's the guy, the warlord. And you can also find some crafting benches over there, as well as the Dunlending crafting bench right over there, and furnaces and anvils, which is very nice. Now, if you're coming up here and you want to defend this fort from all the enemies, well, from all the Rohirrim, I guess you'd say, it's a very poor defensive place. And the reason why I say that is because look at how high this is. How am I supposed to fire arrows at the enemies if I can't even see them? I mean, look at this. How are you supposed to defend this fort if you can't even see who's coming at you? It can be improved. If you want to make this a base, there's definitely tons of ways you could improve this fort, expand it, maybe add a few houses on the outside, make a bigger like wall or wooden wall palisade, kind of like the Rohirrim, and you could really do a lot with it, which is one of the reasons I do like the plain builds. But again, I just, it's an eyesore. It really is. I mean, just a plain wooden wall. I mean, that looks terrible. But again, these Dunlendings do not have very much, which is one of the reasons why I hate the dwarves builds more, simply because they're rich. They can afford detail and all that stuff. These guys, they're poor, so they got plain stuff. But the dwarves, you know, they're rich, and yet they still don't have it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a short one today, but the Dunlendings, they really don't have too many structures, just 4 simple ones. And usually they are found in the Isengard, or like the borderlands between Isengard and Rohan, because they are enemies of Rohan. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. And God bless. I'll see you guys next time.